What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rides and Customs. Welcome back to another episode of the great big 1/12 scale Revell 69 Camaro Pro Street that we're building up here in the shop. We're using the MCV Products back half, Pro Street back half, and tires and wheel assemblies that we picked up over at MCV Products. If y'all aren't shopping over there, get over there. This is a great setup if you want to Pro Street the big Revell 1/12 scale 69 Camaro or anything else. You don't. It's not just fabricated. It's not designed just for this particular build. It does fit very well, and I'm gonna have to show you some modifications here that you got to do in order to get it to fit. But it'll fit any other 1/12 scale cars that's out there on the market. So run by mcvproducts.net. Bring your models to life. Pick you up some of this great stuff that Matthew sells over there on the website. Earlier in the series that we showed y'all how to take measurements on the center to center of the how to determine where your back half is going to lay. That way it's positioned correctly in the frame. We also showed you how I fabricated a miter, kind of a makeshift miter box to get this cut right through here straight as possible. And I also talked about earlier in that about saving the back half that you'll cut off and pull off here. Reason being, I'll show y'all here just in a second. We also, and again, talking about the saving the back half, I saved these little little nibs right here off of this frame rail because I wanted that to kind of overlap and have a glue point right here. So we cut these off of the back half that we cut off earlier, and we cut them off, trimmed them out, and saved those, glued those back on to the original front end or the original front half of the car. And that way got some overlap here to attach the resin back half on. Another thing that we did right here in the resin back half from MCV Products, we had to add a little bit of a shim right here. It's got like a step, little step down. We just added that in there to get that to kind of aesthetically look a little bit better, but it also gives you another attachment on the glue point right here. I'm going to flip this over. We've already got it glued in. We've got the 4-link mocked up right here, so we'll be flipping this over right here. This is what we had to do in order to get this glued in. I added some thick shims of styrene right here to the floor pan. We had to grind out that floor pan a little bit in order to get that to fit flushly. Then we added another couple pieces right here up vertically in order for that back half to get glued in. Now, with that being said, I'm going to take, we've already, and I get a lot of questions, what do I glue my back halves onto the sheet styrene with? I use 5-minute quick set epoxy, just a part A, part B, mix it up, glue it in, get everything lined up, and clamp everything in place. This thing is really sturdy now. I feel comfortable with it. We've got some other modifications that we're going to do in the area. Forgive me, if you can see right in here, I got to do some fill in right here with some sheet styrene. That way, that again aesthetically looks a little bit better. And down here in the transmission tunnel where it comes in, so we're going to be filling those in with some sheet styrene. I made some little not shims, but some templates out of cardboard. That way, before we glued everything up, that way I can take those templates, cut that out, and slide it down there and get it glued in. Then we'll sand everything in, make everything look pretty aesthetically better than what it looks right now. We were talking about earlier about saving your back half that you'll cut off from the old Revell kit. Reason being, I'm glad that I did. I saved these little tabs right here to glue onto the original front half of the frame for a glue point right there, like I said earlier. We're also, another reason to save this, other than if you needed pieces off of it, I'm going to take measurements as far as you can tell there's a little bit of difference right here, but there's also where you see this little wing coming off right here. I'm going to cut that even with the frame rail. or over here. We'll take that. We'll take our Dremel and we'll cut that out with a Ziz wheel. But I like to take measurements from say edge of the fender well and transfer it to this to the new fender well from MCV Products. That way everything, and I can take measurements from say right here. We're going to have to cut a little bit off of this package tray or this down through here. That's no harm, no foul. That's easy to do. So, but that's another thing that I always like to say: save your back halves for in case if you needed pieces and parts off of it, and to take measurements off of it for, like, the fender well distance. That way when you set this down in the in the frame itself, or in the body, you won't be going, oh gosh, I'm going to take that off. But always test fit, measure, test fit, try it in the body itself before you get all this. That way, in the very final assembly of the project, you won't go, golly, this thing don't fit, and then you get discouraged and just stop. But measure twice, cut once, is my old theory says. But save your back halves. That way you can take measurements off, transfer it to your new back half, and then you're pretty much well good to go. You can make any adjustments later on it as needed. This is pretty much where we're at right now. This is, I mean, you can see how perfectly we're going to do some bracing and stuff in here to make this joint stronger. I'm going to take some sheet styrene, cut it, and we're going to glue that over this. That way, when everything ties in together, it'll just be a sturdy. It's good and sturdy right now. I mean, I'm sitting here flexing on it, and it's not doing anything. But so far, so good. We're going to start modifications up here. We're going to get this cross member across the engine mount right here. Get it glued in. That way we can start working on the front stance, as far as I won't have to alter the front axle heights itself to get that low, mean look that I like to get. Brought in the tires and the wheels from this particular what we got from MCV, just to kind of give y'all a little mock-up and a little look-see of what this thing's. Check that out, man. That is going to just be freaking awesome. But these are some great tires and wheels. These are some very large scale. I haven't worked with tires and wheels like this since I quit fooling with RC cars. But this is just a really, really great package right here that Matthew sells over at MCV MCV Products. So get those right there and have fun. We'll get you one of these Pro Street kits and get you one of some big 1/12 scale car and have fun with it. Get you one of them big engines put in it too. Anyhow, that's where we're at. We'll keep y'all updated more on progress as we continue. We'll get all this trimmed out and glued in. We'll show you that along with what we do here in the front to get the axles down lowered where we can get that kind of low stink eye stance. Anyhow, that's what I always like in my builds, getting them stance just right. All right, folks, hope this finds everyone well. Hope everybody has a great weekend. As I always say, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Pappy out of here.